I remembered when I was still very new to this content creation thing, being a content creator on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and so on. And I was literally confused which social media platform should I actually start with. I think that time I literally started with TikTok. I used to dance. I danced on TikTok that time. Then all of a sudden, I stopped TikTok and then I moved to Instagram. I started going out to create some content, to snap pictures, fashion content. To be more precise, I was looking for locations that I'll use to shoot my content. And then it's literally started draining me with the effort, the time, the way I have to always go outside to source for location. And then what the algorithm was just showing me, like the shege Instagram algorithm was showing me. And then all of a sudden, I moved to YouTube, where I finally remained at. When I started YouTube, I realized that, you know what, let's just stick to YouTube. Let's just focus on YouTube for now and start creating content. And that's the reason why in today's video, I am actually going to be giving you all my difference, like what I have noticed, the difference between these three popular social media platforms, that is Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I actually wrote down some key points that I want to use to differentiate these three different platforms. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about are time and effort in creating this content. So I noticed that when I started with my TikTok, I know that it can be time consuming, but to be very sincere, it wasn't really time consuming to me. I wasn't really feeling it. Let me just put it that way. The reason why is because, if you don't know, I am somebody that loves dancing. Yes, literally. So I didn't really feel it because I am already somebody that loves dancing. So the only thing, the only work, the only time I had to put into my TikTok creation, like my TikTok content, was to practice my dance and then start filming my dance. But let me just talk about people that may not really be somebody that has to put in more effort. Those about people might actually see this might actually see this time consuming, because when I'm filming TikTok content, or when you're filming TikTok content, and maybe you did one particular dance, you didn't get it right, you have to cancel. Or this is what I literally used to do before. If I do one TikTok content and I'm not getting it right, I'll have to cancel it. I'll have to delete the video. I'll have to start all over again. Before you know it, my phone will start getting hot. Like that, the phone that I'm using to film my TikTok, it will start getting hot, and all of a sudden, I will be so annoyed. And after everything, your practice, you bringing in your clothes, the way you even be sweating, because there's no how you can be dancing and you will not be sweating. And I remember those times, I don't even have any AC to like be dancing under, saying that, okay, I'm creating my content under AC, so I'm not going to sweat like that. No, it was literally just fun. And sometimes safe, the fan, when I on it, the fan will literally be making noise and it will not allow me to hear what I'm saying. So after you're done sweating, maybe you're done creating your content, or maybe you even end up going outside to create content, you're dancing under the sun, under the hot sun, the sun is hitting you, you're dancing, and then you end up posting and your content does not perform well. That can literally be very draining. But I know that TikTok can actually be time consuming. It can be something, it depends on what you actually want to do on TikTok. That's another thing. And then another thing about TikTok again is that you have to put in time to create so many contents, because TikTok is this type of platform where you have to be pumping in content every single time. Now let's move to YouTube, the time and effort that you literally need in terms of YouTube. So YouTube time is mostly centered around you coming up with video ideas, brainstorm video ideas. Which video idea are you going to shoot? You need the time to plan, to script your video ideas. And I think personally for me, this is one of the ways YouTube can be very time consuming for me, because the time and effort, like the time, most especially that I put in to script my YouTube videos, it's a lot, because I'm this type of person that I have to calm down and literally script my videos very well. So once you're done planning or scripting your YouTube videos, you need time to film your video, just as the way I created a time for me to start filming this YouTube video. And then after that, you still need time to edit your video. So when it comes to YouTube, these are just some things that can actually take your time. Now when it comes to Instagram, sincerely speaking, I would say that Instagram is not something that might really consume your time, even if I know that of course you will need to put in time to create Instagram content. The reason why I said this is because you can literally just come up with a very simple video idea that is like 10 seconds long, or that is like 20 seconds long, or 30 seconds long. So Instagram is just something that you have to come up with the shortest video idea possible, and then you edit it before you know you post it on Instagram. You don't even need to be posting more than once a day on Instagram. You can post every single day on Instagram, but you don't really need to be posting more than once a day. So when it comes to this time aspect, I will say that personally, for my experience, I think YouTube is more time consuming because requires more time. Then after YouTube, the next one that was more time consuming for me was TikTok, and then after TikTok was now Instagram. So let's move on to the next agenda, which is about frequency and consistency. So when you think about the amount of videos you have to batch and create and be posting every single day on TikTok, it is a lot. But when it comes to YouTube, sincerely speaking, even posting 2 times on YouTube is cool. You can still grow with that when it comes to YouTube. And then when it comes to Instagram, the minimum I will advise is 3 times in a week. And then the maximum, you can literally post every single day on Instagram. So when it comes to the consistency and everything, or the frequency at which you need to upload on these social media platforms, TikTok is the most is the platform that you need to upload the most. And then the next one is Instagram, and then after Instagram is now YouTube. Their exposure, another thing I love about them is that YouTube is one platform that your videos of, let's say, 5 years ago can still be recommended. It can still be recommended of recent, like 5 years ago video can still be recommended to people who are searching for those kind of videos. But on Instagram, I don't think Instagram has that kind of like search, that kind of exposure. An Instagram reel you post, maybe it has been long you posted that Instagram reel, it doesn't really have the capacity to be like pushed again. And also coming to TikTok is also a very good exposure platform, because I notice sometimes when I search something on TikTok, they will show me results of somebody that posted that video, let's say 2021, 2022, like even 2020, they will still be giving me results of people that posted that video. So when it comes to this exposure aspect also, I would say that YouTube and TikTok are very good platforms when it comes to exposure, when it comes to SEO, like search engine optimization. And that's one of the reasons why I love those two platforms, because sometimes when I'm making my research, the first two platforms that comes to my mind to make my research on is always TikTok and YouTube. And another thing again I've noticed is that sometimes when you go on Google to search something, you might even see results like from TikTok, like a TikTok video that will be shown on that Google account. So as regards this exposure aspect, I would say that TikTok and YouTube is like the two best platforms when it comes to exposure, like between TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, another aspect of this comparison that is worth mentioning is community building. And this is one of the key thing every content creator needs to develop, because community building is a very important aspect to content creation. Now, I'm going to be talking about content creation based on these three platforms also. So personally, I think that YouTube has the best community building compared to the other two platforms. Now, this reason why, like I said, personally, this is from my own thoughts, and I'm going to give you the reason why I said YouTube is the best when it comes to community building. So the first reason is that YouTube platform is mostly like YouTube platform mostly takes like long form videos. I know we have YouTube shorts and all those stuff, but when somebody wants to become a YouTuber, somebody wants to take YouTube very seriously, what's the first thing that comes to the person's mind? Is it not to be posting long form content? Now, for somebody to come to YouTube, they leave TikTok, they leave Instagram, where they can get all this information from, or maybe where they could get all this information from, and they come to YouTube to sit down on your videos for like let's say your video is 20 minutes long, your video is 30 minutes long, and so on. And they sat down, they watch that video for like from the beginning to the very end. And for that time, which of course, time is something that is very expensive. Not everybody can literally give you 20 minutes of their whole day to just watching your video. Not everybody can do that. So that's why I said YouTube has the best community building, because it promotes a longer retention span compared to TikTok. When you go to TikTok, you will see 1 minute long video. All of a sudden, a 1 minute video is gone. They will scroll to the next one. They will scroll to the next one. So that attention like that attention spam on TikTok is not really as solid compared to the one on YouTube, because on YouTube they will sit down as long as your video, like they're enjoying your video is giving them value and all those stuff, they will sit down and watch your video. The same thing even goes to TikTok. If you post like a 1 minute long TikTok video, if that video is not giving them value, if that video is not entertaining them, sincerely speaking, they will not even watch your video. They will still scroll and pass. So personally, that's why I said that YouTube, because of YouTube promotes a longer retention span, I personally think that YouTube is going to give you a like a more solid community building compared to TikTok and Instagram. Now let's come to the another aspect or another point of this comparison, and that has to do with eligibility, monetization, the CPM, and all those stuff. So before we go to the CPM, like the amount of money you can be making on these platforms, let's talk about the eligibility first. So we'll be talking about TikTok first, and I will be cutting everything short. So coming to TikTok, basically TikTok, for you to start making money from, like for you to start making money from the videos you upload on TikTok, you have to get to 10,000 subscribers, and then I think it's 100,000 views in the last 30 months, or sorry, in the last 30 days. Okay, so but TikTok is like 10,000 followers you have to get there before you get eligible. I don't know for Instagram. I don't actually know what rate, like which place you have to reach before you start making money on Instagram. But for YouTube, it is 4,000 watch time and 1,000 subscribers, and then you start making money on YouTube. Now let's come to the CPM for these platforms. So the CPM, I'm just going to, okay, let's talk about the RPM, because this is more like what you cash out as a content creator. So for YouTube, the money that you're going to make on YouTube is far more valuable than the money you're going to make on TikTok. I'm not even going to talk about Instagram in this aspect, because I know that for this monetization thing, I know some people are making money from Instagram, but I know it is not everybody. It is not really open to everybody. So I'm going to talk about TikTok, and I'm going to talk about YouTube about this when it comes to this aspect of monetization. So YouTube literally pays more than TikTok. Yes, YouTube literally pays more than TikTok. And imagine you have 1 million view on TikTok, and you have 1 million view on YouTube. And that video on YouTube, let's say, is earning you, maybe you're going to make like $5 as your RPM from that 1 million view. And then on TikTok, maybe that video is giving you like let's say $2 or so. I'm just giving like a rough figure. Now imagine when you calculate all these things, you will notice that the one on YouTube is literally more. So YouTube actually pays their creators more than TikTok does. That's for my own aspect. That's from something I have actually realized from these platforms. So in general, what I'm going to say personally, in general, I'm somebody that I prefer YouTube. And let me also talk about this monetization thing. I am somebody that is from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. I'm filming my video in Nigeria. I create all my content from Nigeria. And sadly, Nigerians cannot monetize on TikTok. Yes, sadly, Nigerians cannot monetize on TikTok. Even Instagram, I don't think Nigerians can monetize on Instagram. So it's only YouTube. At this point, as a content creator, it's only YouTube I can literally get benefit from. That when I create my content, I post my content, I'm going to make money from YouTube. This is one of the reasons why I prefer YouTube compared to every other platforms. And then another reason why, like I said, why I love YouTube more is because of community building, and community building is so nice on YouTube. That's why I love me my YouTube. So in general, from these three different platforms, I hope I've been able to convince you. I'm not here to tell you, okay, make sure you pick YouTube and start creating content. But maybe with these differences I gave, with my own point of view, personally, like I said, YouTube is the best for me. For you, Instagram might be the best. For you, TikTok might be the best. But for me, YouTube is actually the best. So I'm just going to stop here for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. Please, if you enjoyed my video, kindly give my video a very big thumbs up. Okay, like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on post notification bell so you'll be notified when next I upload amazing content like this. So guys, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.